Alright, so this is a very quick tutorial on how to use the spot color effect, or how to create it in Adobe Photoshop. So what I have is a photograph I took last winter around Valentine's Day. I was just walking down the street and I found this beautifully arranged composition of roses separated from their vase. Kind of got the story that something might have happened. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking this would be really cool if I could get rid of all the color back here and focus on these very vibrant pink roses, making them even more vibrant. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a very rough selection of these roses. I'm going to zoom into them. You can fill the whole screen. And then I'm actually going to do this extremely rough. Obviously, the less rough you do this the first time, the easier it will be to create or edit your effect later. For the sake of time, super rough selection. Again, I hope you're probably taking more time than I am to do this. Drawing with the mouse is a little difficult. It's been a long time since I've had to do that. So if you do kind of mess up a little bit or it looks kind of bad, the selection, don't worry about it. I mean, obviously I'm not too concerned, because I'm going to show you how to edit that and clean that up. End your selection. Bam. Alright, so this is going to seem much easier than you probably believe it's going to be. Over here in your adjustments panel, there's the adjustment called black and white. So after we've created our selection, we're going to apply that adjustment. And it's accidentally turned the opposite of what I want, black and white. That's because I missed a step. Before we do that, so Command Z or go back in history, we're going to select the inverse. So by selecting the inverse, I've selected everything but the roses now. So let's do that again. Black and white. Bam. It's starting to look better already. But what you're noticing is this has some pretty rough edges. Part of my roses are black, part of the ground is in color. Over here you have your layer mask. So this, you can see everything that is white on this little layer mask over here is in black and white here, and everything that is black is in color. So using our paintbrush tool, we can actually come in and paint in white on that layer mask and clean that up. And if you accidentally go, whoops, we just hit X on our keyboard to switch the foreground and background. And now I'm painting in black, which technically is removing part of that layer mask of black and white. And so if I had done the selection a lot cleaner that first go around, I wouldn't be sitting here struggling with it right now, trying to clean up all these little things. So that's kind of the downside of how quick I did that. But at the same time, this allows us to go back and edit this layer mask at any point. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is very carefully go in and create your layer mask. You want to make sure that you have as clean of a selection as possible. So depending on your subject, this might take some time. If it's something complicated like these roses, I might be here a little while. I will post the example to Schoology for you to take a look at. Alright, when you're done, save it as a JPEG, submit it to Schoology, and we'll move on to our next part.